Alright guys, so we're back just like I said on Monday, and we're going to continue where we left off. So we're just going to jump right into it. By the way, I want to thank all of you that have subscribed over the weekend. I did not just let that go, and I don't want to let that go unnoticed is what I'm trying to say. So I really appreciate that, and I'm pretty confident. I hope that it would be awesome, but I think we're gonna hit 100 subscribers by the end of this week for sure. That would be pretty awesome. So I'm trying to think of something to do for that, as far as it being a special thing. Um, but anyway, regardless, uh, yeah. So hopefully we'll hit 100 by the end of this week. If not, it's coming. But I think we're gonna hit it this week. We're getting close. So I've been getting at least a subscriber, at least every day. So that's good. I think I got 2 or 3 yesterday, and then 1 today, and yeah. And if you're watching this, then you can subscribe and you can help out and help us hit 100. All right. So anyway, so we're gonna jump right back in, and we're going to. By the way, if you hear a noise in the background, my niece is visiting. So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna create a new layer, and we're gonna go back to what we were doing. I think we were doing this in the last video. I can't remember exactly, but we're going to. Wait, let me see before. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Okay, yeah. We're going to start adding some more dimension to this character. So we're just gonna start adding some more lines and stuff, and darkening things up a bit. I really want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I mean, it really means a lot. It really keeps me motivated to continue doing this. So yeah, so I just want you guys to know that I don't take any of that stuff for granted. So okay, so we're just pretty much just highlighting areas that just need more more of a shadow to kick on, like more of a shadow just to show up. So that's pretty much all we're doing right now. We're gonna lighten this layer that we're putting on right now too, so don't worry too much. Okay, one thing that's really important though is I want to make sure that we don't get too far ahead of ourselves with these eyes, so we're gonna go ahead and make some little shapes around here. I turned the brightness down on my screen too, by the way. So it would show up on the camera a little bit better. So I don't know if you guys can notice that, but if so, then just feel free to leave in the comment section. Just tell me if you were able to see better this time or something. You know, it's crazy. So far I haven't had any. Watch, let me jinx it. But whatever. We haven't had any dislikes on any of these videos so far. I know they're coming because there's going to be haters out there that are just, oh, you did this wrong. You should have did blah 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 and all that stuff. But I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Okay. So we're just working on his face a little bit. Trying to put some more details out there, but we're going to lighten that up just a little bit. That's good. Okay. Now the thing is for those of you that don't know, when I've mentioned this in my other videos, so for those of you who have consistently been watching, you already know this, but pretty much most of the drawings that we're just doing with the that looks good. Okay, that we're most of the art lessons, like the drawings that we're working on, I'm pulling them straight out of my head. So you know, sometimes if it seems like I'm just trying to figure something out, it's mostly just because I'm trying to figure out what it should look like. So I hope that doesn't irritate anyone, but it's kind of too bad if it does, because because well, I'm just sharing what I know. So, you know, that's the way I see it. That's what this YouTube is about. It's really just about me sharing my art and not just keeping it all to myself. I'm sure you can probably hear my niece in the background, but it's okay. You know, there's a lot of other YouTubes out there that do art, but sometimes, and I'm not trying to pick on anyone. I'm just saying though, but I think sometimes some people they forget how to keep the fun in learning, which I think learning should be fun because you remember stuff that way, you know. So I don't want any of these videos to be boring, you know. I don't want you guys to be bored. And the other thing too is I really, like, if you're like not moving at the same speed as I am in the video and all that, like, don't feel bad, please. Don't feel bad at all, because you know, I really don't like grading artwork. Like, I just don't like that whole system of, like, you know, your artwork is now going to be graded, because it's in my book. Now this is just my book, but I'm just going to say it though. But I see art as, it's something you can't really. You just kind of have to leave it alone. It's one of those things that it just, like, exists on its own, because okay, for instance, like someone who does art that's really good at art, you know, everyone will praise them. And someone who's maybe, as society would say, not as good, who's to say that they're not good? That just might be the style of art that they choose. And that's the thing. There's just many, many, many styles of art, and that's just the thing. So I wouldn't put it's kind of like I wouldn't put a price tag on it if you actually think about it. Because art is art. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I get lost for words and trying to decide what I should say. Now we're adding these, all these darker lines around there just to kind of help build with the kind of help shape up the character, so that we'll be able to put shadowing in the correct spots, and then also to make it look like he's not just one big blob of something. Wow, it got really quiet. My ear was ringing because it got so quiet. But you know, I hope you guys are still able to understand what I'm doing as I'm talking. I mean, we're not really doing a lot that I need to explain, because it's pretty much, we're just highlighting these areas. So that's why I'm just kind of talking about just random stuff. That's just whatever. But I don't know. Sometimes when I'm doing art, I like to talk about other things. You know, things that I kind of just find interest in the world, things that are going on. So I might do that from time to time. But no, it's not looking good. One thing that I want to talk about, well, kind of at least mention, is I really, oh man, I tell you, I feel like creativity is getting sucked out of our society. I'm feeling like a lot of people are becoming more consumers than they are being the ones that are actually putting out content. You know, like, I mean, you always have to have people that will consume all the time. I'm a consumer because there's things that someone else is doing that I don't do that I appreciate that they do, and so therefore I'm a consumer. But I feel like almost everyone is now just becoming a consumer, and there's not so many people that are coming up with, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that are coming up with great ideas, but I'm just saying there's like so many things that I'm starting to see. I'm like, wow, this is really a waste of time. Like, for instance, like, my time on the internet, I'm literally now, especially more than ever, I'm trying to be more productive with my time on the internet because I've just noticed how much time can go by, just being on Facebook and catching up with whatever, you know. Um, it's just time that could be used for doing something that could help, you know, help our world. And for me, you know, I'm not like a amazing person, you know. I mean, I have my own little special things, but I mean, I don't see myself as being like some phenomenal, amazing person. But you know, I do art, and so I'm trying to spend my time sharing that, you know, and trying to help someone else, you know. But I'm just saying, like, I just especially I'm starting to feel like places like Facebook, especially Facebook, because I mentioned Facebook mostly because that's pretty much the only other social network that I use a lot. By the way, we're gonna see that's what we just did. So hopefully you did that on another. Yeah, hopefully you drew on a separate layer, and so you should have something that kind of looks like this. But anyway, we're gonna merge that real quick. Okay. Anyway, so we can keep going. So we're gonna make another layer, and keep going. You know, I actually forgot what I was about to say. But oh well. Anyway. Oh, I think that's what I was about to say. I think. But I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos too. Or maybe it was one of my videos that crashed and I wasn't able to upload. But anyway, I feel like Facebook is becoming more and more and more just a big spam fest. Like, honestly, because, you know, I get on there, you know, to kind of see how people are doing, and people are like starting to not really post about themselves anymore. And they're mostly just posting stuff like spam. Well, I call it spam, but like those silly pictures or just a ton of like Vine videos, you know. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna just sit up here and just be like, oh well, I've never. No, of course I've posted some of those because they're funny. But I'm slowing down, you know. I'm actually starting to stop because I'm like, well, you know what? If I keep doing this, eventually I'm gonna have racked up like a huge amount of time that I could have been doing. Well, like what I'm doing right now, I could be doing this instead. You know. I'm not saying it's wrong to watch those videos because they're funny, but it's just, you know, there's gotta be a limit. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know. I would love to know what you guys are thinking. If you guys are even thinking about this type of stuff. This is just sometimes stuff that just pops in my head throughout the day. Not like I'm setting up hardcore just focusing on it, but I'm going to drop that opacity layer to 48%, and we're going to merge it. My niece is so silly. Maybe one day I'll let you guys see what she looks like. Put her on my YouTube channel. But yeah, anyway, so that's just the way I feel. I feel like it should just be, at least my time. You know, I'm not trying to set up and judge anyone, but I just feel like, with me, the way I feel, I just feel like I could be giving to the, giving back to the people. Okay, so I have a new layer, and I'm using the white. I'm using airbrush, and we're about to try to work on those highlights a little bit more. Try to sharpen them up a bit. You see that? You can tell it's getting sharper because this was the first one that we had put down there, and then we had blurred it out a bit. But now we actually need to sharpen it up. I just want to say too, like whatever it is that you like doing, if you feel like you want to create a YouTube channel and share it, do it. You know, you may not think that people will be interested into it, but you know, I can almost guarantee you that somebody out there is interested into what you're doing. You know, I was actually surprised to see the amount of people that were actually interested in art when I start trying to promote this YouTube channel, which I'm still doing, but you know, I was just kind of surprised. How far are we? 16 minutes, okay. I think we're going to we're going to stop it in just a second and I'll start video number 2. Like again, I said I'm trying to keep these videos just a little bit short, not super long, so that you know people won't feel too tired or watching or whatever. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna stop the video right here because we're now at 17 minutes, and I'm gonna break the video up in 2, and you guys know how it works. So I'll see you in part 2. All right, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And comment on this video too if you liked it. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.